Hello. Hello. So far, seems like we're just having an audio issue, so I'm just going to quickly get that fixed. But hello, everyone. Let me know if you can hear now. Should be fixed. But thank you so much, Renee. Super excited to be here. Just checking it now, just making sure. Fun times with streams, but we always. Am I the only one not? 1 second. Seems we're good. No worries. I'm getting it done on the back end. Sure. So we have Shelly Saves the Day. We have Lisa Wen, and we also have Hallie Smith, who are joining. And while they are joining, I'm just going to be fixing the audio. So we're here to talk about YouTube Shorts as I just quickly get everything working. So 1 second, everyone. Let me know. Yes, if you guys can just keep talking as normal. So if you all are quiet, I have no idea if you guys are coming in. So, well, you all are waiting for that, so let's just keep talking as normal, because if we're all quiet, I can't test it. Yes.
Oh, she's back. She's back.
I'm back. Okay, good. Oh, I think I got everything in before.
Yeah, you were talking about doing different characters, and you have a different character for different types of series that you were doing.
Yeah. Okay. And so then I was gonna start to say I'm working on planning for a new series where I'm gonna do incorporate some of my athletic side and doing training for working on 10K.
I saw you with the basketball.
Audio is back.
I could never.
Yeah, that was my introduction into it.
I'm so clumsy. I could never. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, well, that's so great that we've got 3 creators who are doing all different types of content. We've got entertainment, we've got business, we've got cooking. So really great to, have that kind of variety of content here. Now, Yeah. So short form video is feels like it's just gaining momentum on basically every platform right now. So we've got TikTok, we've got Instagram Reels. Back in the day, we used to have Vine. I don't know if any of you were on Vine at the time. That's long been gone. But and now we have YouTube Shorts. And I think everybody feels like YouTube Shorts is such a new platform that there's a lot of confusion on what actually works well for YouTube Shorts. So I'd love to talk just a little bit about what each of you are doing in terms of YouTube Shorts specifically, and potentially even repurposing content from other platforms, since I know that you guys are all using other platforms as well. And so what content do you create specific for YouTube Shorts, and what type of content are you repurposing? Lisa, can we start with you? Just talking a little bit about how you're using other platforms versus YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, sure. So in the beginning of using YouTube Shorts, I was repurposing a lot of my TikToks where I would just download the video and post it straight onto YouTube Shorts without taking the watermark or anything off. And I did that for about 15 videos or so. And then I realized I needed to, put more time into this and make the videos native to the platform. So I was repurposing my TikTok videos, but I was re-editing them and adding some different voiceovers so that I was talking to my YouTube crowd and not just like posting some TikTok videos. So some things that have worked really well for me are creating a variety of different series. So a lot of people know me for building my spice tolerance. So that's been my most successful so far. But I'm also creating a series where I'm like feeding my neighbors. I've got my nephew where he does like a bunch of voiceovers. I've just got a bunch of different things going on. And I think what has helped that make it successful is that people want to click on my channel and see all the other videos within that series.
Have you found that the content that you're creating specific for YouTube Shorts actually works better than repurposing content on other platforms?
Yeah, for sure. So on TikTok, I really never know how a video is going to do. I just kind of post it and put it out there. So when I do voiceovers where I'm talking to the YouTube crowd, it does so much better. Like yesterday, I did a video on why I quit my job. And it's an old video, but I just did the voiceover for it. And I really I feel like I connected more with my YouTube community. So I am going to do that. My followers, they really like voiceovers and they like hearing more about me. So I'm going to continue doing that. And I know a lot of people are finding a lot of success with 15-second videos, but for me, my videos that are 1 minute are doing a lot better.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm not a TikTok creator. Maybe one day I will be, but I have found that at least on YouTube that it seems like people really resonate with personal stories and learning a little bit more about you. So it makes sense that when you actually kind of talk to your YouTube community that those types of videos do better. Shelly, I'd love to hear a little bit about how you're coming up with ideas for your YouTube short content, and are you repurposing content from other platforms on YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, actually, I am running an experiment right now. I actually did a long form video in a widescreen just as this, and I did it on YouTube Shorts. And then I decided actually what I should do is chop it up and it ended up being 20 shorts about shorts. And I ran those on my channel as well, and I re-edited them. And I'm finding varying success depending on which platform I put them. So I even have been putting them on Pinterest stories. So it's funny because I can get a couple hundred views on one of the videos on YouTube. I got 7,000 impressions or views kind of over on Pinterest. I can put the same video up on TikTok and it got 500 views. So it's amazing because once you have that piece of content and it's vertical, you can really put it anywhere, and then you can kind of put the feelers out and just see where it pops off. So I think it's amazing to do vertical because of the fact that you can put it everywhere. And if you want to make it a little different by adding different music or doing a voiceover specific to that platform, you can do that.
Yeah, I think the content that you're doing actually works really well for repurposing on different platforms, because you just do so much vertical video in general versus the majority of the YouTube crowd is using horizontal video. So you're kind of an early adopter to that style.
But don't let that stop you. Anyone who's out there who has an entire huge library of horizontal, there are lots of things that you can do to convert that into a vertical video as well. So like, even if you want to go back into your old library and cut up stuff versus just starting and making new stuff, you can totally do that too.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of repurposing, so Hallie, I know that you've done a lot of repurposing from TikTok to YouTube
Yes.
Shorts. Can you talk a little bit about repurposing that? And have you found that certain content performs better on TikTok versus YouTube?
Yeah, so I've been doing only repurposing. I haven't tried doing any native videos to YouTube, although I do want to try that in the near future. I posted so far only my most popular 2 series that were from TikTok. And they actually took like 2 weeks to hit the short shelf. So I was wondering if it was even going to work, but then once they hit, they took off. And I know that content, I know that it's viral content. It's formatted to be viral. So I knew that if it wasn't hitting the short shelf or something was off. So the fact that it finally did shows that YouTube is consistent with, but what I've found is certain episodes will perform better on YouTube Shorts than they did on TikTok, which is interesting. You know, and I haven't gone in yet and really broken down the analytics, but it seems to attract the same audience. Like a lot of my audience is younger, teenage girls a lot of times, and those people are also on YouTube. So I think it's important to just kind of like think about who your audience is and know if they're showing up on that, if they are hanging out like on that platform.
Yeah, well, I am definitely not a teenage girl, but your content is amazing. So I did watch the Starbucks series, loved it. I know that we talked off camera, so before we went live about the series. But for those of you who haven't seen it, you should go check it out on Hallie's channel. The series is all about basically Starbucks not being able to spell your name correctly. Dunkin' is the same sort of idea. It looked like on your channel, the Starbucks was the highest performing video and has almost 500,000 views on a YouTube short.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was the highest performing one. And like I said, the 2-week time frame taking to hit the short shelf, the Dunkin' series actually is coming up on 2 weeks, so they're starting to take off. So I'm thinking that those are going to match or potentially beat the Starbucks series but that'll also be interesting to see because there we go. What was I going to say? My Dunkin' series on TikTok performed better than the Starbucks.
Yeah, really nice.
So I feel like
yeah.
Thank you. I've been trying to keep them more consistent, but I feel like I'm still in the experimentation phase of shorts, but I think it's really fun to play around with them, and I see it as a huge opportunity for anybody looking to get started with short form video because the algorithm is hungry for content.
And I think one thing that's really nice about creating any kind of vertical, like short form video, whether that's Reels or TikToks or, Shorts, is that it's less intimidating than having, a 5 to 10 minute video that's more traditional. So a lot of the people who were big on TikTok or Vine or whatever, who are, able to do short snippets, it's a really easy way for them to break into the platform.
Yeah, that's a really great point. So for anyone who's already creating that type of content, being able to kind of repurpose that for shorts. I am interested to dive in a little bit more in terms of what type of content you guys think performs well, not just for your own, but for any YouTube shorts that you've watched. I have heard that any type of content that has a step-by-step process works well on YouTube shorts because you can kind of break it down into smaller chunks. Have you found that to be true, or are there other types of content that you think kind of works well for shorts in particular?
I think similar to TikTok, one of the main ones is the shock factor or the prank videos. I see a lot of those. Those seem to get a lot of views. And also the videos where you're telling people like what you're going to do in this video, either in the title or in the first 3 seconds, you're like, in this video, I'm going to be doing this. It gives people a reason like to keep watching throughout the entire video. So the video quality plus voiceover, I think, are the best videos, but also the prank videos and shock factor videos.
I feel like we had a missed opportunity on our TubeBuddy channel to do a prank video. So we had an April Fool's video that went out, and we did get a lot of attention for that. I feel like we should have done some type of prank in the short for that as well. So note to the team for future opportunities there.
I have the perfect idea. It's like we take your short and we extend it wider, and that would have been the whole deal.
Yeah, the idea behind the April Fool's joke is that we basically, instead of doing YouTube Shorts, we were doing YouTube Longs, and basically taking short form videos and making it longer, and kind of promoting that as a new product. Some people didn't get the joke, most people did, but yeah, that. Yep. Yeah. That would have been good. I like that idea. So maybe next year we'll release the
That's hilarious, actually.
extender.
So we actually do have a question here for our panelists, and they said, what makes you excited about YouTube Shorts compared to TikTok? And I know a few on here and on both. What is interesting you around Shorts compared to the platform of TikTok?
So I can answer that right away because I know what annoys me about TikTok is the lack of consistency. It's really frustrating because you have all these viewers and you worked for all these followers, and then it's like, where are they? Not every video is like consistent. It's super inconsistent. So if YouTube is able to have this viral factor like TikTok, but then also incorporate an element of consistency for creators, I think that it'll be huge. Because I know a lot of other TikTok creators have that problem, and it's not only frustrating, but it's like it takes a toll on your like creativity and stuff. Because then you're like, what am I doing wrong? Yeah. So that would be very nice.
And so I think YouTube is kind of already way more consistent than TikTok, because when you post a video, your subscribers get a notification, which does not happen on TikTok. So when I post a short video, my initial subscriber base, they come to video watch and they comment. And then it takes, I'm not sure, I think it takes me like 4 to 8 hours to get onto the short shelf. So I get that second wave of the new people who are just scrolling through the short shelf to discover your content. So the consistency is there, definitely compared to TikTok, which you have no idea if your followers will see it.
Right.
Shelly, have you noticed any difference, or is there anything that you like about Shorts versus TikTok?
What I like about Shorts and everything about the YouTube algorithm is at least you have a little bit more longevity, and you can still do things to try and help boost yourself, whether that's, putting a 16:9 thumbnail on it, whether that's, updating the description that actually has clickable links, if you're doing the different tags. I mean, little things that can still boost. And for people who are afraid, even though you can notify your subscribers of new videos, if you wanted to, like when I released the 20 shorts on Shorts, I actually unclicked the button for publish and let people know, because I didn't want to inundate my audience with a whole bunch of notifications about short videos about maybe something they've already watched. So you do have that option as well to not notify if that's something you're concerned about.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Andrew, do we have more questions from the live chat?
I actually think that what Shelly just kind of touched on is there a way not to notify the audience about shorts? Because one person was saying that they're having a problem where they're putting out long form content as well as short form, and people don't really want to see the short form. They only want to see the long form. Do you have any advice for that? And maybe that could kind of talk about, maybe if people don't want to see shorts on the main channel, maybe make a second. What do you guys think on that, if they don't want to see the short form content on the channel?
Well, there's a few factors you could consider. One is, because you want to consider how happy your subscriber base is going to be. But one thing that might even sway you on that decision is how much of your view percentage is coming from subscribers. Because if it's actually a very low percentage of people watching you that are subscribed, it may behoove you to leave it on your main channel, because you might attract new people who might be interested in that and get new subscribers. So, I mean, it's one thing you could consider, but if you know that absolutely, like, you're making documentaries and people don't want any behind the scenes, they don't want any making of, they don't want shorts, that might be the type of time when you would create a second channel. Or if, let's say, you're doing dance videos and choreography, but actually what you want to talk about now is food and spiciness and restaurants, then maybe that would be a reason to have it on another channel, because it's not really adjacent to whatever kind of content you're already making.
Yeah, we have a question here from Call That Geek Videos, asking any ideas how to do tutorials on shorts with screen sharing, or to make it more engaging to keep it on the short shelf. Shelly, have you been doing shorts with any sort of screencasting or screen sharing?
Yeah, I've done a little bit when I was trying to do like Instagram story how-to type stuff as well. So I'll usually do like what I'm doing and then do like voiceover for like what I'm adding. So it's definitely possible. You could also do things like where you put yourself as like picture in picture on the thing, where if people still want to see your face while you're talking, like that's something that you could play around with as well. But I think one thing about shorts is it really is going to force you to be creative, and it's really going to force you to kind of literally think in a different orientation, because there are some things that actually just make more sense, especially like if you're doing some sort of phone tutorial. It makes sense to have a screen recording and show as much real estate as possible so people understand exactly what it is that you're showing them. So it makes sense in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I like the idea of having the picture in picture so that you're still actually on screen for that. So that's a really great suggestion. Hallie, welcome back. I know you're there, so thanks for joining us again. Yeah, we're just taking some questions from live chat right now. And do you have another question from the audience?
Yes, I actually saw this in our Discord, and this is a question on, is there any way to revive a short after it's been put in the shelf? If you've noticed any ways to have more success in the short, or maybe once it goes out, is it kind of dead? What are your thoughts on reviving shorts?
I don't know about reviving them. One instance is where I didn't get onto the short shelf because I used the wrong hashtag and I put shots instead. And it took me like a day or two to figure it out. And then I changed it and it got onto the short shelf. But I think as long as the content is out there, it could be possible that I can go back onto shorts, because most of the videos, when I scroll through shorts right now, the first 5 are like from 2 to 3 months ago. So I think the shelf life is, pretty good, but it's similar to TikTok, where if the video is good and they're noticing more people watching it, they're going to push out to more people and they'll keep it on the short shelf for longer. But in regard to like reviving it, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't know about reviving, but I know that there's ways to even, we've talked about repurposing content for YouTube Shorts, but another way to do that is to repurpose your content from YouTube Shorts on other platforms so that you can get some additional views and value out of that.
And I think sometimes you could get revived.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. You're good.
I think we'll have a little bit of lag in audio.
Yeah, I think that might be. So when I first posted the Starbucks series, I scheduled them all out at once, and I did one a day. And I don't know, this could have attributed to the fact that it just took a while to hit the short shelf, but they were up for like a week, and I was like, okay, these aren't doing well, and I feel like they should be doing well. So I went in and I added more keywords, and I actually added hashtag shorts and hashtag funny TikTok fails to the title. So I did well.
You cut out just a little bit, but I think that was actually a really good tip. We got the gist of that, which is basically going in and using different hashtags or different tags to help kind of revive that. That's a great point. So I think, being able to make some changes so that it can get in front of a larger audience is really important. And there's still some confusion around what to use with tags and shorts. So really great suggestion there. I think we might have lost Hallie, but when she's able to come back, she'll probably just join in. So we'll keep the show moving along. Andrew, any other questions from the live chat?
Yeah, so one thing that we were asked a lot, especially in the comments of the last one, and if you haven't seen part 1, we'll put a card if you're watching the replay, but the question was, how long on average are you guys finding it to take to get into the short shelf? Everyone says you want to be in that short shelf, you want to be there, but this person in particular, they're like, it sometimes takes me a day, sometimes it takes a week. What are you guys finding?
I think it's taking me like 4 to 8 hours, but I think it's because I've been posting shorts every single day for the past like 2 months. So I think YouTube recognizes my channel as a shorts channel. So there's kind of like with the ad thing, when you're turning on ads on a video, like they want to make sure there's some credibility to your channel before they start slapping on ads. So I think they recognize my channel as a shorts, and so they get on it quicker. But like I said earlier, when I didn't use shorts and I used shots, that was just like a few weeks ago, and it didn't get onto the short shelf until I changed it to shorts, which was a day later. So there is that.
That's awesome. I love how you're always like, oh, it took 4 to 8 hours. And I'm like, girl, sometimes it takes me 4 to 6 days to get into the short shelf.
Sorry.
No, I love it. I love it so much. I love seeing you pop up in mine all the time. So one thing that you can do is you can go into your analytics under a video that is labeled as shorts. And there's 2 ways that you're going to see it. One, you're going to see a little picture graph when you're obviously going to see when you got picked up in the short shelf, because you're going to see a very dramatic spike in views. And the second way is if you scroll down to your analytics under a video, traffic sources is now sorted, and you'll see one that says shorts. So most of the time you'll see a big spike, and then you'll see like 75% of your traffic is coming from shorts. So that's how you know that you are in the shorts shelf. And then usually if you see a very steep decline, that's kind of when you got popped out of the shorts shelf. So I mean, it can take a few days, it can take a few hours, and some people have had opportunities and chances where it does pop back into the shorts shelf. So you could actually have like a little graph that looks like kitten ears. So it's like a little hump and then a flat and then a hump again. And you can see that clearly in your analytics when you kind of like stretch it out over a period of time. So a few things I was just going to mention that you can try and do. Some of that is also going to be based on your own subscriber behavior. So you could make a community post, you could put it out to your email list, you could blast it out, on different channels and try and drive people back. So if you wanted to make a Pinterest story or an Instagram story and bring people back, if they're seeing a big new wave of people coming to your video and watching through completion, or towards as much of it as they can, then they're going to be like, ooh, maybe we should get this in front of more people as well. So that's another way to kind of revive and bring it back into hopefully that chance.
And along with the stories that you're mentioning, I have found YouTube stories to be really successful as well. For YouTube stories, you're able to showcase one of your videos or provide a link to one of your videos per week. So if I know a video that is going to do pretty well, it's one of my spice tolerance series, I'll post it in my story along with a short clip from the video, kind of like to get people to want to click onto that link. And so I have found that really useful. I think, so I've hit 20 million views in the last 2 weeks on my YouTube stories. So I've been trying to post more often to that. So I think it's another great tool to use as well.
And if you didn't know, guys, if you're out there and you have access to stories, they're usually shorter videos around 20 seconds or so. And you can add some little stickers, but they expire after 7 days. And you would not see them if you came to someone's channel. Usually you only see it if you happen to come across it as, sometimes you'll see 2 horizontal shelves. One is the shorts shelf, and then the second one is stories. And it could be stories from creators you follow or not. So you'll see them there, and you'll see them if you go to someone's main channel and you click on their profile little picture, and then you can see their stories, but those expire after 7 days.
Yeah, that's a good point in terms of longevity. So, using different type of content for different purposes. Stories seem to be primarily for people who already know and love you, and it's just another way to kind of engage with them versus getting new users to your channel. I want to go back to something that you touched on, Lisa, though, in terms of when you said you posted a video and you used the hashtag shots instead of shorts. So I know there's some confusion right now in terms of what is considered a short and how to actually create a short. So not everyone has access to the shorts function within the YouTube app. So a couple different ways to create shorts. You can do it through the app, but you can also just create a video that's less than 60 seconds that is vertical or square. And there's been some talk about not needing to use the hashtag shorts for it to be a short. It sounds like, at least in your case, it was very important for you to use that hashtag for it to actually become a short. And so it seems like that's the best strategy just in case.
Yeah, no, I highly recommend doing it because I noticed it because a day later it wasn't performing as well as my other videos. So I looked into it, and then I looked at my traffic sources, and none was coming from the short shelf. And I was like, that's weird. So I looked back into it. So it's going to give more information to YouTube that, you know, your video is a short video, and it doesn't hurt. It definitely is going to help you get more chances to get onto the short shelf.
Hallie, are you using the hashtag shorts each time you post a video, or have you experimented without using the hashtag versus using it?
I've been using it every time. I actually haven't I haven't done the feature where you post directly through the shorts camera, I think you called it. I've just been uploading through like desktop with hashtag shorts, and I put it in both the description and the title.
And yet,
and that is best practice from YouTube. They are suggesting that you do that, so you're doing it all right.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not required to have it, but why wouldn't you just add it into your description just to give you more of a chance to get onto the short shelf, you know?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, I think the same thing about tags. There's a lot of videos out there right now saying tags don't matter on YouTube anymore. Truth is, they still do matter, and it's a way to give some context to YouTube, especially when your video is new, and then maybe less relevant after the content has been out for a while.
And if they didn't matter at all, then YouTube would remove it. If they're leaving it there for you to do something with, then why not actually do something with it? And it could be if it's something is like misspelled, if it's something that's, you know, adjacent. I mean, if they're giving you the opportunity to put 500 characters in there to give them more information about your video, why not take the opportunity to do so?
Exactly. And if you know how YouTube and Google are interwoven and together, you understand that Google Analytics still heavily relies on tags as part of their own ranking. And it's just as powerful to rank on YouTube as it is Google. And one of the cool things about Google is Google's starting to feature shorts now on their site as well, because they realize that shorter content, if people get the answer in a shorter period of time, that's usually better for that result. So they're actually starting to feature YouTube shorts. Of course, they're going to put their own product first, but it is really cool to see them actually focus on that. So if you can use the hashtags, especially shorts, people say YouTube never communicates with us. This is one of the very few things they've ever told creators. Do it.
And not only that, they're going out of their way extra. So not only on Creator Insider have they done several spotlights about shorts and answering people's questions, but they now have a bi-weekly blog that they are putting out specifically dedicated to YouTube Shorts information. And one of the videos that I talk about YouTube Shorts, I have a link to that blog if you wanted to sign up, and they just give you a notification. It's every 2 weeks it comes out.
Yeah. Also, just thinking through like the strategy around tags, and one of the great reasons to use tags is when you have misspellings. That just feels perfect for Hallie's series from.
Oh my gosh! Yes, all the variations of your name.
Tags. Yeah, my tags. I do my name and then like any version of my name I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Starbucks is giving you like that's like the inspiration for your tags, and Dunkin'. Just take all the spellings that you've gotten. That's your tag set right there.
I should have saved every single cup. I guess I'll have to go back through and watch.
Yeah. So funny. Andrew, do we have more live questions?
Sure. So one question, and this I saw a couple of times in our Discord, was, do you think that YouTube is prioritizing content made in the Shorts camera or just content that is being uploaded regularly? Do you think that they're showing any favoritism either way? I was just curious if you guys have noticed anything.
I don't think so, because so few people have access to the Shorts camera anyway that I don't think so. No.
I would agree. The videos that I'm posting through my YouTube camera, or shorts camera are actually not doing as well as my other videos. But mainly because they're just 15 seconds. But the main reason I'm utilizing it is because it's more content for my page. I already have these short videos, why not post it? But you get this huge category of like music to choose from that you can you can't license it. You won't get a copyright strike for it, but you can use like these trending music, which is trending on TikTok, but it could also start trending on YouTube as well. So that's how I'm seeing the camera as right now. But another downside of posting through the camera is that you can't monetize the videos. So that is a downside. So I'm doing it really for the videos that are 15 seconds or less for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty interesting strategy just to have 15-second videos and music that's only available for 15 seconds when you have the functionality for shorts to be 60 seconds or less. So I'm interested to see if that changes in the future, or if it stays that way and there's a real purpose behind that. Can we talk a little bit about just like predictions with shorts? I know we're talking about some things that we currently have available through shorts and some strategies around that. I'd love to hear some predictions around like, how do you guys think that this is going to play out in terms of what functionality we might see in the app, but also where we're headed with monetization options for YouTube Shorts. So Shelly, any predictions on monetization or what we might see from the app itself?
I think so. If y'all remember when Instagram Reels were first released, it only had a 15-second time limit as well, and then it only recently, and for some people not even that recently, went up to 30 seconds. So I feel at some point it will probably allow us to go up to 30 seconds, and I think that they're going to have to allow some things like they do, like the functionality that's already built into their stories, like add a sticker or add a little bit of like extra pizzazz, because right now when you go into the camera experience, it's very limited. They have the time option, the self timer, and they really only have that bar across the top that tells you, you know, the 15 seconds, and then they let you add music later. So it's very weird. So I want to see stuff like the voiceover and probably a 30-second, and then adding stickers. And then at some point, I think it would be nice if they added like some sort of filter or something like that. But I think for the most part, a lot of creators are creating outside of the app and then just uploading videos like normally either through their phone or through the desktop version. And as far as predictions, I think because there's so much traffic that's being driven to YouTube off of phones, so YouTube is like 37% of all of the world's internet traffic, but 70% of like mobile traffic on YouTube is like, you know, it's off of the phone. So I feel like a lot of people are getting very used to vertical video as well and taking up the screen and stopping people scroll. So I think it's not going anywhere, and I think it's just going to explode in usage in the future.
Yeah, I agree with you in terms of the prediction on filters. It seems like that's kind of a differentiator for each of the different platforms. In terms of like when you see a TikTok video, you know it's a TikTok video, like just because of the style and the way that it's created. Same with Instagram stories and reels. And like, so I do think that they'll end up using some type of filter that's unique to the app, that's not available in the other apps, so that you can tell it was actually produced with the app. But we'll see how that plays out. Hallie, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is one of the very few I actually have a prediction on, is that YouTube has been testing newer forms of monetization. One of the ways is viewer applause. And if you don't know, viewer applause lets you send money for any video that you enjoy, regardless of length. And this has been a feature they've been testing for about a year. It came out around the time of hashtags. And what I've noticed is that applause, at least on the desktop, will still show up on videos with the hashtag shorts, and I know they're in the short shelf. So I could see them trying to use applause as a way for more money for creators, because that is users sending money to a creator when they really appreciate a video. And I could easily see them tying those two things together, which would also give them a unique leg up compared to maybe other apps.
I like that. It's a nice prediction for what's going to happen with the app, but also monetization, which is a hot topic. Hallie, any predictions in terms of what, I know that you're not using the app at the moment, but any predictions of what you think may come from the app, and or predictions around monetization opportunities with shorts? Did we lose Hallie again?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? Because
I can hear you now.
Oh no. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Like, of course, right when we're about to start talking.
Oh,
Okay.
I think we lost you again.
From our creator, I feel the best about YouTube Shorts as opposed to any of the other apps like Snap.
Still having a hard time.
Yeah, we lost you in terms of audio, but you said one very important thing, which is you feel better about YouTube Shorts than any other platform. So I'll take it. All right, Lisa, any predictions in terms of what's going to happen with the app and then also monetization opportunities with Shorts?
Yeah, so I think with YouTube Shorts, they're going to start implementing a lot of the features that TikTok has, like duetting, replying to comments and things like that. I would also say YouTube Shorts will take over TikTok unless TikTok can figure out how to better monetize and better pay the creators. Right now, the creator fund is like paying pennies compared to YouTube. YouTube has been doing this for over 10 years. They know how to pay the creators. And so they've got that figured out. And I think more creators are going to flock to YouTube because they can post both long form and short form content and make money off of it. Compared to TikTok, you could post a video, just short form, just posting the video and having no idea what's going to happen. So I think if TikTok doesn't figure that out, YouTube Shorts is going to take over pretty quickly.
And not only that, TikTok just released new requirements for their monetization to get into the creator fund. So anyone who was very close before, it used to be 10,000 followers and 100,000 views. Now it's 100,000 followers and 100,000 views. So I feel like YouTube is really going to have an opportunity to come in here because a lot of the time you make more money on YouTube anyway than you do on TikTok, whether that's from affiliate sales from your description box, whether that's from, sponsored content, sometimes that maybe you're doing for a brand. But I feel like the opportunity is bigger on YouTube than it is on TikTok. And the people sometimes on TikTok, I love TikTok, but I feel like they're a little bit more fickle, and I feel like the relationships run a little bit deeper and meaningful and true on YouTube.
Yeah, I talked about this a little bit on last week on the episode, but I do think that there's a difference between how consumers sort of approach each platform and what content they watch. This might not be true for everyone. It's certainly true for me. When I'm on TikTok, it's mostly watching skill-based videos like cooking or funny videos or someone showing off dance moves. But on YouTube, I watch all sorts of different types of content. So it's not limited to those specific categories. And so I do think that there's maybe an opportunity for creators who are doing things outside of that space to kind of mix and match and do a lot of different types of content that may not be successful on TikTok or Instagram even.
And like Shelly was saying earlier about the monetization, they have talked in their blogs and they have talked in some of their Creator Insider videos that they plan to monetize shorts in the future. This is still so new. I think they're trying to figure it out. But, as creators, we're already like able to make some income from these videos if people view it from your channel. If they click on your channel and click on the video, they might get an ad. But again, from the short shelf, you don't get it. But they said they will be implementing that in the future. We don't know how far ahead or anything, but to know that that's happening also should bring more creators to their platform as well.
Yep. I'm going to give a quick message from Hallie. So she just wanted to thank the audience. She is having some connectivity issues, so she's not going to join us for the rest of the show. But we really appreciate having her here. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of her being here too. But I do highly recommend that you check out her channel. Just amazing content there. So definitely check that out. Andrew, do we have more questions from the live chat?
Yes, we have two questions, but the first thing I want to let you know is, Lisa, I just checked on, because I have the applause feature, I actually can applaud your short on the YouTube desktop, so I definitely could see them tie that over to the app. So that'll be really exciting if that does happen. And the second question is, I don't know if I should go live on TikTok or YouTube. What do you recommend the difference between them?
That's really funny because I was thinking about this week. I used to go live on TikTok like once a week, and I would just cook ramen and steak. But I have found the community on YouTube. I love TikTok, by the way. I'm very thankful for them. Like, they're awesome. But YouTube, like when I go live, I just went live yesterday. I'm going to go live again tonight. It's just a different crowd. It's just everyone's hyping you up. I feel differently. So I feel like I owe them something. So for me personally, I like to go live on YouTube Shorts more or sorry, not YouTube Shorts, but YouTube more often compared to TikTok. I will be going live on TikTok, but YouTube, I think more. Maybe YouTube like twice a week, just because people are really nice. And so yeah, that's my main motive for going live on YouTube.
Yeah,
you could always go live on both.
Yeah.
I mean, two devices. I said you could always go live on both for some people, you know?
That's true. That's true. But then you're like reading 2 chats at the same time.
It's
I already struggle with reading one. I'm just like,
I noticed the other day, though, when I went live on TikTok, that afterwards I had the option to download it. And that was newer because other times when I'd gone live on TikTok, it didn't give me that option. But I did notice, kind of like when you go live on IGTV or Instagram, when you download it, it's like a super low resolution version of it. So but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and the nice thing about YouTube is like the video is there. Like they'll post it for you on your channel. So I leave the video up for a day and then I'll take it down just because I want to leave like the lives as something kind of just is short term, not short term, but kind of just out there for a short term. But yeah, I do really enjoy that about the YouTube as well, as like they'll upload a high quality version of your live to the videos. And you can see the live chats. Like how awesome is that?
I love that.
And with YouTube Live, that can go towards your watch hours if you're trying to get monetization, which I know that's a huge topic. So if you're leveraging shorts, that actually might be a really good way, especially because some of the monetization features such as super chats and things like that for a live on YouTube, I'm not sure if TikTok has the equivalent. I will assume maybe, but I do think that is a huge advantage.
They do have a, after you reach 1,000 followers on TikTok, you can go live on your phone and then people can donate like gems or, you know, type of currency. And then you have to wait until you hit a certain amount threshold and then you're allowed to like pay that out. And it's kind of the same with the creator fund. So they pay you a little bit. And then once you reach, you know, over $10, then you can take it out in your PayPal or something like that.
Yep. Hey, I have a sort of a question that's not about predictions or monetization, but specific to you, Lisa. Where are you in your heat tolerance journey? So I know that you are posting a lot of videos about building up your heat tolerance. We talked about this a little bit on the last episode too. I do not have basically no tolerance for heat whatsoever. But where are you in your journey?
I'm on day 15. I just did day 15 yesterday. I'm going to post the video later tonight. But, you know, it was rough in the beginning. I had just jalapenos and Takis. But it's getting a lot better. People are always asking, is this actually working? And it is working. I've done the 1-chip challenge, which there's no way I would have been able to do the 1-chip challenge without like building my spice tolerance towards it. So yesterday was day 15, day 16, and I'm using the community tab to ask my like followers, like, what should I do next? Which has been really helpful as well. And just asking them random questions. Yeah, so that one right there, like asking the shorter or longer, I for sure thought people would pick the shorter version because I created the second channel off of shorter videos. And also people always pick the top answer. So I was like, people are going to pick shorter. And 65% of people picked the longer one. And so that for me gave me the signal that I need to post more longer form content. So I think the next spice tolerance video or one of them coming up, I'll do kind of like the hot ones where it'll be like, you know, like a 15 to 20 minute video of me eating hot wings while answering questions from my followers. So
that's like the hot ones. I love that.
Exactly.
Show.
Yeah. No, they're
gosh,
asking
it's so
me to do
good.
that.
Yes.
And I've got a bunch of hot sauces, so I'm like, why not? So
I saw the one. I think it was yesterday where you were eating a burger with the spicy mayo, and I was like, oh
yeah,
wow.
I ground up a scorpion chili pepper into my mayo and then put it onto a McDonald's spicy chicken sandwich, and then I ate that. So that was day 15. I've got some other stuff planned for other days, but it has been fun. People are like, is this fun for you at all? And I'm like, yeah, I'm building my spice tolerance and trying these foods. So if you guys ever want to do a spicy challenge with me, just let me know.
Can I start on like level 1 tater tot with ketchup? You know, like I don't. I don't even think I can do hot Cheeto.
Oh no.
So, I know my limits, girl.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that, Shelly. I think I would be open to joining, but it may be the first time that people see me cry on camera if I end up doing that. Do you have an end goal in mind? Like, are you striving for like ghost pepper, or like is there like some ultimate?
Yeah, I mean, I've done the Carolina Reaper, And so it was only supposed to be a 4-day thing where I have a friend in Kansas City. They have this Thai restaurant and they had chili flakes, 4 ounces of chili flakes. You're supposed to put in ramen and you're supposed to eat it. And when he asked me if I wanted to do it, that's when the moment I decided to create my spicy tolerance series. It was only supposed to be 4 days. I'm like, there's no way I can do this right away. So I slowly worked my way up. I tried the nitro gummy, all these things, and I thought I was ready, and I failed. I took like 5 bites of the noodles with the chili flakes, and I was like, wow. And I'm like, I'm done. But then a week later, I'm like, I'm not done because I'm very competitive, and so I need to beat it. So my end-ish goal is beating that challenge. But once I beat it, I think I'll still continue to do like more spicy challenges just because it is fun.
So, I think we might have different definitions of winning and losing in that. I feel like you did it.
Our chat just said, "Who hurt Lisa? Why is she like this?"
I think she's great.
Another person said, "I love Lisa, but I just hope she's okay."
Yeah. Everyone's always asking me that, and I'm like, so far I'm good. As long as you guys see me uploading videos, I'm still alive.
And she's okay.
Honestly, that's a challenge I'd be down for. It's just
you were taking shots of hot sauce, so I mean, we know you're down. You're already like leaps and bounds ahead of Renee and I.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Could you do like 5 different hot shot sauces of different like heat?" I'm like, "Whew, I don't know if I know I could, but could I survive?" is the question.
Well, you don't know until you try.
I'm game, Lisa. If you wanna, let's just hit me up.
Oh, let's do it. I'm totally down. We could do like YouTube Live or something.
That'd be very fun.
No.
Yeah, I feel like with Andrew, you can do like an advanced spice tolerance video, but with me and Shelly, like go easy.
We're gonna be like Spice 101.
Today we're trying salt for the first time.
We're gonna be like Chick-fil-A sauce. And we're like, woo, okay, we're ready.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that my favorite hot sauce, well, I thought it was my favorite hot sauce, and then I looked at the bottle and it turned out it was just chili flavored. No spice whatsoever. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is the best hot sauce.
Chili flavored. Nice.
There is an interesting comment here, and this came from Paul Peck. You mentioned it a little bit earlier. Some people are starting to notice the short shelf, not like a individual on their desktop. So outside of mobile, we're starting to see some people see it. So that is very hopeful in terms of more ways people can watch and consume the content. And to your point earlier, Lisa, if people watch on desktop, those 60-second or under shorts can actually get some of the monetization. I know there's a little bit of confusion there, but that is very hopeful. And I don't know about everyone on the panel, but when I see YouTube make strides to find more ways to, give monetization options, I always find that as a win.
Now keep in mind, you can go to your home page of your channel on desktop and customize your view and then have one of your playlists be your short videos. So you won't see it necessarily always on desktop, but if someone comes to your channel from their phone, then they're going to see a nice row of short videos, which is a really great way to also introduce short videos to your channel if that's something that you want to do.
Yeah, and so for me personally, I've been really, really fortunate about YouTube Shorts, and I have been making more money from the monetization, like from YouTube Shorts, than the full-time job that I quit 2 years ago. And so I am very, very fortunate. And again, that's another reason why I tell people to create series, because it gives people a reason to go back to your channel and click on the other videos to allow for more monetization or chances for monetization for your channel.
Yeah, I think series too, it's a really great way to like just build up a relationship with your audience. I mean, especially your series, because people can kind of follow along with your journey as opposed to just one-off videos. And so it does give people a reason to care and to come back and continue watching. So really great tip to focus on series, not just for YouTube in general, but also for shorts. Yep, great. Andrew, any other questions from live chat?
We do, but we want you guys to keep asking those questions, and we're going to go ahead and answer those in the comments below. I wanted to thank everyone for joining us on Video Club. We had a little bit of a rough issue in the start, but hey, we're here now. We got a lot of great questions answered. We'll have those chapters in the description. Everyone, thank you.
You're welcome. Great. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.